everybody, Young Grasshopper here. Welcome to the Cliffside Bunker in Toronto, Ontario, Canada. And this is another video in my NOL series, NOL, National Objective Lessons. And in this episode, we are focusing on a Russian national objective called National Prestige. Take a look right there. Now, for Russia to collect any of their national objectives, they must be at war with the European Axis powers. Now, they can declare war on Japan and attack Japan and even move into Chinese units, but national objectives may not be collected until they are at war with the European Axis powers. So let's take a look at national prestige. Now, there are three conditions that must be met, all three of them, in order to collect the 5 IPCs here available in the collect income phase of Russia's turn. Let's take a look at them. The first condition, the Allied powers control Archangel. And next, there are no Axis warships in C-Zone 125. That's the second condition. And finally, there are no Allied units on any originally controlled Russian territories. Now, all three must be met in order to collect that 5 IPCs. Of course, the wording suggests allies. If you notice, the Allied powers control Archangel. Now, for that to happen, the Russians must be an Allied power. See? So the Russians, the Allied power, controls their own territory of Archangel. And there are no Axis warships right there, see, in that convoy zone 125 next to Norway. Now, it doesn't matter if the Russians put a ship there. That's not the condition. Now, if there's no Axis warships there and it's just the Russian sub and they are at war with the Axis powers, then that is a condition that's met. However, if this is the case, whether the Russian submarine is there or not, that condition is not met. That sea zone must be free of Axis warships. Again, warships, doesn't matter if there's a lone transport there. So they control Archangel, and there's no Axis warships in 125, and there are no Allied units, forces, on any originally controlled Russian territory. So if the Brits want to help out Moscow by sending fighters, that's going to negate that national objective. Doesn't matter if they still control Archangel. Doesn't matter if there's no Axis warships in 125. Just one fighter is enough to negate that 5 IPCs. Over here, if the Americans are doing something with bombers and need to land on Amur, for example, those are Allied units on originally controlled Russian territories. That's also going to negate that. Now, as the Axis, if you want to negate that in the first early on, you're going to put an Axis warship in 125. That's going to keep 5 IPCs out of Russia's hands. Now, you can't realistically depend on just that. Destroyer is going to come in and take out that sub example. But by that time, hopefully, you're in Leningrad and close to Archangel, and maybe Russians collect for one round by the time you get Archangel. And by that time, maybe it's not possible to get an Axis warship up in 125, but by taking Archangel, you're going to negate that 5 IPCs for Russia. You can't do anything about the third condition as the Axis. I mean, it's up to Russia and the Allies if Allied forces are actually going to be on Russian soil, but by pressuring Moscow, it might force some fighters to come from Calcutta or through Africa to get to Moscow. As soon as any fighter is there to help in Moscow, that's going to negate. But by that time, you probably already have Archangel. So that's the national prestige, national objective in a nutshell. All three of those conditions must be met in order for Russia to collect that 5 IPCs. And of course, they must be on the Allied side. They must be at war with the European Axis powers. Alright guys, any questions, just let me know in the comments, and we're going to continue with this series looking at all the national objectives, but especially the tougher ones to understand first. Alright, cheers, thanks a lot. Take care, may all your rolls be ones. Till next time, cheers.